Hey y'all, thank you for joining me for what the fuck kind of reading is this? The new moon. My mind drew a blank. The new moon in Aries reading for the month of April, or whenever you run across this video. These messages are timeless. If it resonates, it resonates. I was just doing the Mercury retrograde reading. And shit, now that I think of it, that could have just been one video, because after doing it, it dawned on me, oh my God, we got a new moon coming up. And we going into eclipse season. And we starting out with a solar eclipse. So I started to do a little research. And yeah, this definitely coincides with the Mercury retrograde reading. And the astrology is nuts, yo. So y'all hang tight. I'm gonna explain it as best I can. I'm gonna share with you what I found on the internet, and then we're gonna pull some cards to expound on what all of this looks like for us. So we got a new moon in Aries on April 20th. That's the second new moon in Aries of the year, because we just had a new moon in Aries on my birthday, March 21st. So we're revisiting that energy during a Mercury retrograde, hence the revisit. And then we in eclipse season. And baby, I speak from example. Eclipse season ain't no hope, okay? Whatever you've been running from, hiding from, it's going to be revealed. It's going to be in your face, front and center. And it's not anything to be scared of. It's going to catapult you into greater maturity. It's kind of that something that happens that forces you to face your fears or see something that you haven't been wanting to see, or you intentionally been trying not to see, or that somebody been really fighting to the depths to keep from revealing to you. It's also a time of endings and beginnings. And so it's like closing out whatever chapters or situations need to be closed out so that you can move into new situations lighter. So I'm going to share with y'all the message, one of the passages I found about the new moon, and then we're going to dive a little deeper into the spiritual significance of the solar eclipse, because you have the solar eclipse and then you have the lunar eclipse, and that's when the sun and the moon align at the same time. But it depends upon the moon cycle that is in, that determines whether it is a lunar eclipse or a solar eclipse. So if the sun and the moon align at the same time during a full moon cycle, that is a lunar eclipse, and it brings with it a different type of spiritual significance that points more to your subconscious, things that are lying within your subconscious. But if it's a solar eclipse, it's when the sun and moon align, and it's a new moon phase, new moon cycle. So let me get my handy dandy iPhone and let me find the page that I was looking at about this new moon. It says new moons are prime times for manifesting. If you've been keeping up with the channel, you know that I tell y'all that all the time. Full moons, release, new moons, manifesting. And then there are various cycles in the middle of the full and new moon cycle that also have significance, but we're not going into that today. I'm probably going to do a video on just that. But it says, as this current solar eclipse coincides with a new moon, it's all about new plans. That being the case, the Mercury retrograde reading that I just did, the first card out was strategy. Interestingly enough, the new moon, April 2023, has the air of endings infused throughout it. That's because this lunation is culminating at 29 degrees of Aries, the last degree of the sign of the Ram, with the nodes of fate in the very early degrees of Scorpio and Taurus. The sun and moon are creating an out of sign conjunction with the lunar nodes, also all while also forming a tense square to paradigm shifting Pluto. Now y'all know my level of understanding of astrology is borderline surface. I'm not a pro. I be knowing enough to understand what's going on in my life, and then I try to share it with y'all, but I am by no means an astrology like scholar. Not yet. I may get into that at some other point in the game. But I do know that Pluto is very much significant to transformation. So get ready, okay? It says action will be required of us, or in some cases forced upon us, and it will likely have to do with moving swiftly from one beginning to another in a way we didn't anticipate. It's gonna be fast, y'all. And for that reason, I've pulled out the self-care oracle cards, because as we're moving through all this fast-paced energy and change, we're going to need to make sure that we are radical about our self-care. It says, think of it like the cosmos, reminding us that for us to grow, we must leave something behind. That for every new beginning, there had to be an ending. And that if you're as willing to invite change into your life, you may have to be willing to let go of something. In doing so, you allow for that transformative change to occur, however reluctant you are to let go. Eclipses have a way of showing us that the universe will release something for us if we cling to that which no longer serves us. Just as Aries season 2023 is coming to a close, welcoming Taurus season 2023, this important date in the moon calendar says, ready or not, here I come. Taking place on April 20th, 2023 at 12:12 a.m. Eastern. That's all about 12:12. That's getting out of your comfort zone. This is the divine. Using that cosmic energy, because the divine created all of it, to get us out of our comfort zones. I'm already knowing, especially this being a new moon in Aries and me being an Aries sun sign. And then I have some other Aries placements as well that aren't coming to mind right now in my birth chart. Like, I'll be back to tell y'all some shit has truly shifted in my life. But it says, here's how the new moon, well, no, it starts to break down like how it will affect you according to your sign. So check the description box. I'm gonna put the link to this in the description box. And sometimes I say I'm gonna put something in the description box and don't. So if I don't, I'm definitely gonna put it on the community board. So make sure you check the community board. So then this solar eclipse that we'll be experiencing, what does it say, August 21st though? It don't matter. It's still relative to this jump we gonna be experiencing in April. So it says a solar eclipse is the type of eclipse we'll soon be experiencing. Solar eclipses in astrology always occur at the same time as a new moon. In astrology, the sun is the planet that represents our focus, our most personal desires, goals, and our external self. It is the planet of our personality, our self-expression, the tangible ways we interact in the world. So like I was saying, I am a Aries sun sign. So the tangible ways that I interact in the world, my personality, my focus, my personal desires and goals are very much of a Aries nature. The thing about it with me is that I am literally born on like the first or for some the second day of Aries. So I'm on the cusp. So I am a Pisces Aries cusper, and I very much have Pisces traits as it relates to my personality as well. A lot of people meet me and they be like, you don't strike me as a full out Aries. And I'm like, yeah, you on to something, because I'm not. I have Pisces, very much have a Pisces nature as well. So it says it's the planet that governs our extroversion, the personal significance of our goals and desires, and who we are at our most outgoing. Aries also being somewhat, it's a fire sign, so that's like symbolic of the ego, and the sun being representing the ego. These types of cycles affect the way my ego is being shaped or shifted. So I'm taking note of that, and I'm just sharing it with y'all so you can look into your sun sign and how this may affect you, or where you may have Aries in your chart, or explore what's in your what planet is in your sun, or y'all know what I'm trying to say. The new moon is a time for putting our goals into tangible practice. It's a time to take the necessary steps toward what we want to create for ourselves. When we take a trip, first we must draw up a map to get there. I literally said this shit in the Mercury retrograde reading. The new moon is when we pack up our shit, get in the car, and start driving. That wasn't me. It say that in this article, even though you know that's some shit I would have said. Therefore, the solar eclipse provokes changes that are more external. When events outside of us might get in the way of what we want and the path we must take to get it, it forces us to find a different route to our goals. Generally, the changes that a solar eclipse ushers in are positive, as the sun is categorized as a positive planet in astrology. We may be pushed forward into a new job before we think we're even ready, and the eclipse will show us just how ready we really are. Ultimately, a solar eclipse is meant for us to demand more of ourselves, and the events around it will prove to be a test of our strength and resolve to achieve our dreams. Be sure to embrace the changes with open arms and an open mind. That's the message. Gonna be pushed out of our comfort zones. We need to surrender to what that is. We need to be open to the options that are being presented to us, and we can no longer stay stuck and stagnant in what we've grown, where we've grown complacent in our lives. God knows the desires of our heart. Some of it we don't even know, like what's good for us, what will make us happy, because we're so used to what we got and what we've had and what we've done and what we've experienced. So this is going to be a very interesting time for us. It's going to require some action on our part as a collective and individually, and I have 3 decks out here that I'm going to be pulling from to bring forth a message relative to this new moon in Aries, this solar eclipse. Check out the Mercury retrograde reading to add to what's going on, because that may resonate with you also. And yeah, I'm gonna start with the archetypes card. Y'all give me a second, because I'm tripping. I'm supposed to have been downed this smoothie. The junk's so thick though. Damn, I gotta chase it with some water. Oh, Father God, Mother Earth, ancestors, and spirit guides, we come to you in this moment grateful, humbled and grateful for your love and your light, asking that you bring forth the best messages for our highest good as a collective relative to the upcoming new moon in Aries and solar eclipse. What message do you have for the collective at this time? Honey, I cannot make this shit up, yo. The gambler. Then we talk about getting out of your comfort zone. We're gonna have to take a risk, y'all, and tap into the gambler archetype. This person here has on a blindfold, walking a fucking tight rope, and you got all of this purple energy and these stars, because that's cosmic energy. That's third eye energy. You ain't looking with your physical eye, because when you do that, you get scared. It's like old boy in the Bible that walked out on water when Jesus was walking on water. And as soon as he started to use his man senses, he started to sink. The fear set in. But as long as he was in his intuition and walking in his God nature, he was able to walk on water just like Jesus. This us. But instead, we got on a blindfold. When we can't see with what we can't see with our physical eyes, we can see with our third eye. We can see through our intuition, and that came up in the Mercury retrograde reading. And even in the toughest of circumstances, shit that would otherwise scare us to no end, we can make it. We're more prone to jump on out there, take that leap of faith, and walk that tightrope. Look at this man. And then his body is made up of a deck of cards, y'all. That's kind of a cute outfit, too. Low key. Cute little print for an outfit. But that's a deck of cards. You see them aces and them hearts? Because this is how you playing your cards. From now on, this is what you learn. This is how you learning to play your cards. Willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Even when you have doubt, following your intuition. We're going to have to tap into this gambler archetype. That's what this new moon in Aries and solar eclipse energy is going to push us to do. Take a risk. Bet the house on it. I said this, man. Listen, I'm excited. And dilettante. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. We diving into the deep end. Somewhere in that description, we talked about being between that Scorpio and Taurus energy. Scorpio energy runs deep. Ain't nothing surface level about Scorpio energy. But when you start to ground that deep emotion, that deep expression, it takes more of a Taurus form. Scorpio being a water sign and Taurus being an earth sign. So you bring that scorpionic energy into your 3D reality, something tangible, through your creative expression. I'm burning my tangerine incense cone as we speak. You got all of this orange energy, which is very symbolic of the sacral chakra, which speaks to sexual energy, creative energy, your ability to be intimate with someone or yourself, but be like, not be surface level, but go deep, be vulnerable. This woman is expressing herself in a myriad of artistic ways. You got a plant here, something, a picture that she's drawn, a book right here. That's creative expression. How are you using your creative energy, your sexual energy? For some of us, it's going to mean semen retention, abstinence, harnessing that sexual energy to use it for something other than sex, for some creative outlet. For some of us, it's going to mean coming together sexually, releasing that passion to create healing or create a child or create the myriad of things that we can create with sex when we do it beyond superficial means. So this could mean practicing sex magic. That's been coming up a lot in the readings. I told y'all. Don't let me catch y'all over on the Pornhub, y'all. Keep your business to yourself. I'm just playing. Do you? If you want the people to see it, show out. You hear me? I ain't mad. This is a judgment-free zone over here. If you with the shits, be with the shits all the way. But you want to make sure that you are prioritizing how you are using your energy and your creative expression as the dilettante archetype. Delighting in the arts without having to be a professional. This means check your motives. You know what I'm saying? You ain't in it for the money or being a professional. You're in it to express the God in you, to share your gifts and your talents with another person or with the world, with the collective. Check your motives as you are taking this risk and tapping into that gambler energy. At the top of the deck, we have Mother, that divine feminine yay ya energy coming through, nurturing. This is the Empress energy, cultivating something new. Nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy, and giving birth to life. Here you have a woman who is breastfeeding in a garden. Because as you tap into this gambler and dilettante energy of taking a risk to step into your creative and sacral chakra energy, you're mothering something new in your life. You're birthing something new. You're nurturing something new. You're cultivating something new. And this is a new moon. And you're possibly cultivating a new version of yourself. You're reparenting and mothering yourself. You're reparenting and mothering a project or a new relationship, a new love. This is possibly you actually having a baby. For some of us, it's time. Just out 2112. This could very much be speaking to twin flame connections and union and nurturing that. But whatever it is, it's going to require that you take a risk, that you be open and willing to put forth the effort to be creative, to connect sexually. And sex does not just mean intercourse or connecting with your bodies, so to speak. So I want to challenge you guys, if you don't see sex in that way, to study the myriad of ways that you can work with your sexual energy or your sacral chakra. But at the top of the deck, we had Mother, and at the bottom of the deck, I'm so excited to see what this is about. The Hermit. Seek solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. You're going to need some time to yourself. I don't care who all of this involves or what it involves. You're going to need some time to dedicate to your own journey of discovery. Reading, journaling, meditating, and prayer in hermit mode. So if you had plans to be in these streets, change your plans. Change your plans, my G. That don't mean you can't get out and socialize. I think people tend to look at the hermit energy archetype or mode as having to be by yourself all the time, 24/7 in solitude. Not necessarily. Just as long as you're carving out that time to be in hermit mode amidst all the socializing and interacting with others, because you need time to think. You need time to study. You need time to reflect and discover. You need time to research. Hermit mode is when you go in and you learn from, glean from, and heal from your own light. You take the time to do the things for your own light to shine and your own personal creativity to shine through. Big creative energy coming through here. But it's not that creative energy that you used to. How you used to working with your creative energy. We being pushed to move out of our comfort zones to tap into a whole new level of creative energy. So, we're going to clarify with the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Spirit, please clarify this message for the collective at this time. Ooh. This is exciting. I'm feeling a lot of vitality. Oh my God. Adventures. We headed out on a new adventure. It's about to get real colorful. You better make sure your energy is on point. You're vibing high, because the journey that life is about to take you on is going to be an adventure. and you're gonna be thriving instead of just surviving. I did an episode of co-creating when around the time I first started my YouTube channel. It wasn't long after that. On surviving versus thriving. Check out that video if you have not, because this is what you want. You don't want to just be surviving. You don't want to just be making ends meet and doing the bare minimum, living according to the status quo, paying bills, maybe going to the bar and having a drink. You don't want to live in mediocrity, baby. You want to thrive. Whatever your heart's desire is, whatever is going to push you over the edge and really have you feeling like, okay, now I'm living life. This is it. This is the sweet spot. You want to thrive. You want to be doing better than good. You want to be doing better than great. You want to be fucking fantabulous. That is thriving. As you can see here, there are 3 giraffes in this reading, in this card, with all that good bright color and light orbs representing your angels and spirit guides surrounding you and supporting you. And you have, this looks like an eclipse because you literally got the sun out, but you can see the moon. And it's bright. The colors are beautiful. The sky is beautiful. This reminds you of one of those days where you driving and you can see the sunrise or the sunset and you catch it at the perfect time. But you got 3 giraffes here, which represents 3 energies that are able to see things from a higher perspective. That could be your masculine energy, your feminine energy, and the Most High. That could be you, your counterpart, and your spirit guides. That could be your inner masculine and feminine, and the Most High. It could be a myriad of things. But there are 3 energies here that are vibing high and able to see things from a higher perspective and are in alignment. Thriving. I'm going to read the message of thriving. Top of the deck, we have taking risks. I can't make this shit up, yo. We about to have to jump off that cliff. We about to have to fly like this eagle. Again, seeing things from a higher perspective. No longer looking at things from the ground up. From the top to the bottom and all around us, we able to see things, see the bigger picture. Not just superficial shit that don't even matter, minuscule and minute. We not focused on those things no more. We focus on a higher calling, connecting with people who contribute to our higher calling, who contribute to us showing up as our best self, who support us being in hermit mode when we need to. And at the bottom of the deck, it's gonna require diligence. In the Mercury retrograde reading, we got patience at the end of the reading, because that is what is required of us, diligence and patience. And again, more seeing things from a higher perspective. You see this bird can see through the clouds, can see things differently from up there, because we raising our vibration. We don't see things like we used to. They can't just tell us no anything on the news. They can't just get in our ear and tell us no anything to get us out of our drawers or our boxes. Because I know if I connect with you, I'm then having an energetic exchange with you. And I can already tell that your energy ain't healthy. And I ain't got time to be having to cleanse my energy and clear myself from a soul tie just for a few minutes of passion with your ass. We raising the price. Walking through the door to value. Stepping in our power. Come on, Oya and Shango. If you're not familiar with the Orisha, it will behoove you to research Oya and Shango as they govern the lightning and the thunder. Spirit. Okay, before I move on, I done got excited. I said I was gonna read Thriving, and then we're gonna get you some self-care advice and close it on out. So with Thriving, if you draw this card, you are a survivor. And not only do you survive, but you use situations that others might find challenging to thrive. You expand when others shrink. This may be the time to adapt to your circumstances rather than be overcome by them. You have a remarkable ability to step beyond any challenge. You are strong. Others may find shelter in your energy, and right now, that's okay. Through giving to others, you are in turn nourished. This card may be urging you to step into the primordial, powerful, wild part of yourself. Doing this will increase your vitality. Didn't I say this is giving me such vitality? This reading, all of the color, the energy that I'm feeling is bringing forth so much vitality for us. I'm feeling it literally as I'm delivering this reading. And contribute to your overall well-being. Your overall well-being, that's the bigger picture. Not just focus on the here and the now and instant gratification. You looking at the long term. You're not just thinking about yourself, you're thinking about the good of the collective. That's what raising your vibration to do for you. If you have not checked out that, I think it was the Divine Masculine reading. We talked about the Divine Masculine energies raising their vibration and not only focusing on raising their vibration for themselves, but to get in alignment with someone who's high vibrational or a community of high vibrational people. Just saw 3113. Twin flames. And also raising the vibration of the collective, because we all have a responsibility to do so. All are called, but few choose, sugar. Let's see here. We got the self-care oracle, and then we're gonna be done. We're gonna open the doors of the church. And if you want to make an offering, my cash out is $ turquoisemajesty. And you'll see my logo in the picture thumbnail or whatever you call that. Fine. So we'll clarify this message for the collective. What self-care are we needing to prioritize as we move through this new moon in Aries and solar eclipse spirit? It looked like 4. Positive affirmations. We talked about that on the Mercury retrograde reading. Represented by the number 41, which breaks down to a 5, because you are reprogramming your subconscious. You are changing your subconscious mind. Just saw 3232, which breaks down to what? A 5, which then gives you a 10, because we closing out a cycle and beginning a new one where we are more confident and affirmed. This woman here, tatted up. But these being positive affirmations, it's not necessarily about her actually having gotten tattooed, but she's speaking positivity over herself. That's why I make it a point to share affirmations with you guys on the regular, because we are needing to consistently affirm ourselves and reprogram our minds. Society has told us who we ain't, what we can't do, what we can't have, what our limits are. Our experiences have taught us that we can only go so far and we can only have so much, and we're needing to affirm that that is a motherfucking lie. I love myself. I am worthy and grateful. I'm healthy and happy. I am brave and beautiful. I choose love. Tap into the power of I am, which is also a very Aries energy. I am is an Aries energy. So you want to tap into that too, your I am presence. There's a myriad of I am meditations and frequencies on YouTube that you can tap into. If I find any, I'll share them with y'all. But you literally just want to affirm to yourself, I am whatever it is that your highest self says that you are. This reading says you are a risk taker. You are diligent. You are powerful. You are thriving. You are adventurous. You are worthy. You are a gambler. You are a dilettante. You are a mother. You are a hermit. Come on now. It says make an altar. If you already have an altar, this is advising you to spend more time at your altar, represented by the number 16, which breaks down to a 7. You can create your altar however you want, however you best connect. I would advise to have something on your altar that represents all of the elements: water, fire, earth, wind, but however you want. If you want to have a picture of your ancestors, yourself, your inner child, some flowers, a cup of water, there are myriad of ways that you can set up your altar that are out there, and instruction that's provided for you, but you can also just do it how you are intuitively led, and just spend some time at your altar praying, especially while you are in hermit mode, in solitude, going inward to discover more of who you are, what the God in you looks like, connecting with the Most High. We have connect with the earth, represented by the number 13, which breaks down to a 4, which is all about grounding and laying new foundations. Make sure you're earthing. Go outside sometime and take your shoes off and let your bare feet be planted on the earth, and imagine yourself being rooted and absorbing energy from the earth's core. Sit outside and listen to the birds. Yo, when I sit outside and I'm intentional about listening to the birds, I can hear them literally saying my name. Kita, 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 kita. Y'all be hearing it too. Y'all ain't gonna ever hear the birds chirp the same again. But yeah, a certain animal might come to you out of nowhere. A squirrel may walk directly to you. A bee may fly directly and make eye contact with you and stay there for a minute. One single butterfly might cross your path. Look into what that represents. Connect with Mother Gaia. Ground. Take a walk, represented by the number 52, which gives you another 7 energy, because there's a lot of divinity taking place. There's a lot of sacred ground being laid and foundation being laid with this energy. Take a walk. Take some time to think, breathe, get you some fresh air. Again, something else that you can do while you're in hermit mode. Something else that you can do to connect with the earth. That's the 2 for 1. At the top of the deck, number 45, sing, which breaks down to a 9, because you closing out that cycle of not using your throat chakra. Singing is a very great way to open up your throat chakra and use your throat chakra and have fun. Sing your favorite song to the top of your fucking lungs. Even if you sound terrible. If you got your own place, you better sing. You pay the rent. You pay the mortgage. Who gonna check you, boo? They don't want to hear it. You stay with somebody, tell them to go outside. Sing your song. Whatever song is in your heart. When I spent the weekend with Iyanla, back in 2018, she had a really intimate workshop. It was like me and like 49 other women. And one of the things she had us do was to sing our soul's song. And what that was literally you giving sound to your emotion, whatever that sounded like. And for some of us, it was screams and screeches and wailing. And for some, it was an actual song, but it was releasing whatever came out. And for some of you, that might not be fun because you holding some deep shit. But once you let it out, you're going to feel so relieved. And in your time of reflection and hermit mode, you really get to think about, damn, I was holding all of that in me. When I gave sound to how I really feel deep down in my gut, that's what was going on with me. I'm so glad I let that shit out. I'm so glad I released it. When you release it, cleanse your space. Light you some sage, some incense, let the window up, take you a salt bath, cleanse your energy. Bottom of the deck. 47, which breaks down to an 11, sound healing. If you're interested in a sound healing session, that is something that I offer. We can do it in person if you're local, or we can schedule to do it online, virtually. But yeah, sound healing. Allow those frequencies to heal you. Sound is healing. It's a whole lot of healing going on to support this risk that we're needing to take. You're not needing that external validation like you think you do. People to root you on and cheerlead, and you need this type of stuff to keep your cup running over. So y'all, I hope this message found you well. If it did not find you well, I hope that it leaves you well. If you have not as of yet liked the video, you made it this far, you might as well go and click that like button. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe so that you're kept abreast of what's going on with Turquoise Majesty. If you're needing my personal services, check out my website, as well as to check out the various products that I offer, and also events, as I will be doing a lot of taking advantage of a lot of vendor opportunities to get out in the community. But yeah, y'all, with that being said, until next time, peace.